And, does Mr. Weems have a camera?
Are you able to turn your camera, Mr. Weems?
He did so, Your Honor.
Okay,
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
All right, Mr. Weems, are you wishing to continue to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that that most folks would say that's a terrible idea and that you'll do much better with an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you represent yourself, you still need to comply with all the court rules and the law, and that you're not given a break just because you have not, because you don't have a law license?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're scheduled for a pretrial today. Mr. Weems, were you wishing to go to trial?
Actually, I don't know. Can I go in a breakout with, I guess it's the prosecutor or whoever I need to be talking to?
If you want to talk with him, then I will give you an adjournment and let you talk with him another time, but I need him to run the docket.
Yes, Your Honor, I have no problem with an adjournment in this matter. The people did communicate an offer the last time that we were on the docket, and that offer still stands as pleading to count one, dismissing the remainder with a probationary sentence agreement. If the court would allow, I can give Mr. Weems my contact information so he can call me if he has anything that he would like to discuss.
Mr. Weems, you need to remain on video, please. Did you hear what Mr. Danner said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and would you like his contact information so you can speak with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr.
Alrighty.
Danner.
Okay, so the line to reach me here is, and my name is Lou Danner, so when you call, you just ask for Lou Danner. The number here is 734-222-6620. That is the way to reach me by phone. If you would like to email me at the prosecutor's office, it is my last name, Danner. So that's DANNERL, as in Lou, at washtenaw.org. You can feel free to email me there or to call the office line, and I will be more than happy to discuss this matter with you. And please be advised to not discuss any actual factual basis of the case, as I do not represent you, and I want to make sure you protect your constitutional interests and not say things to me that may be used against you later.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Mr. Weems, we tried to mail your birth certificate back to you and it came back as undeliverable. Is there another address that we could send it to?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is that?
No, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Sorry.
48197 or 98?
98, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Weems. We'll adjourn your matter to next week, to June 7. That'll be at 1:30, okay?
Mom's birthday. All right. Love you. Thank you.
Your Honor, is that the date that I just want to make sure there's enough time for Mr. Weems to actually reach out to me and contact me?
Yeah,
I know, does the 7th work for you to be able to reach out to me and discuss this case before that date? All right,
yes, sir.
he's nodding. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Weems.
All right, you guys have a nice one. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Yep.
Number 15 on the docket, People versus Bobby Cunningham, 22-147 FH.
Lou Danner for the people.
Council Cunningham here.
Mr. Cunningham, do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, remain as always, which basically I put in documentation sent to the court. May have you reviewed or made a decision from there. Go ahead now.
Mr. Cunningham, what I have from you was from April, and it appeared to be an attempt to write a subpoena.
Yes,
And
madam.
I'm sorry?
I say yes.
Okay.
Subpoena.
I'm not going to sign that subpoena. First of all, it's not in the right format. And
Mhm.
second of all, it's directed to people who are not subject to subpoena, court officers.
All right, well, excuse me, that's only one of them. If I might, excuse me, quote unquote, put my words on top of your words. One of them, that's only one of them. The second one is actually showing, which I had wrote the subpoena for, stating when I had got identification within the jurisdiction. Now, to the jurisdiction that I came from before I came here is not the same, madam. Sorry. At the same point in time, I have not got no correspondence with the subpoenas that I have put out, what I have put in the workers myself, and also its contract to solidify these subpoenas to the necessary people that it's supposed to go to. Now, from there, I'm talking to you, which basically pre-trial, which is at this point in time, if you want to make a decision with or with not, I'm putting it out hopefully to the end of July, if possible, somewhere around 23, 25 days of the month of Roman calendar date 2022 July. So from there, from basically the subpoena that basically I'm trying to get to, which is supposed to be on the witness list, which is on the also, excuse me, I might be slurring my speech a little bit. Simple fact of the matter is I might be a little intimidated by basically who you may have associated with quote unquote RICO Act, which is you as well, which has to do with housing and throughout this jurisdiction of the Washtenaw County. Now, excuse me. If you want to look at, which is basically supposed to be on their witness list, is basically the, excuse me, motion for Bradley versus United States, which basically comes to the identification of what's jurisdictional act, what has to go by every constitutional state, basically including the United States, 10 mile additional, excuse me, 10 mile additional law. I had a basic contract with a passport. Let's say from there. Now, what they sent me is basically within we can say go back to A1. Now, if we go back to A1, as far as the motion and also the other motion that I have put forth before me talking to you. Now, A1, as far as in the excuse me, as far as the evidence, name and address, not correct. Now, the name and address is not correct, which basically to me, has not been in any type of reference to why this is not correct. Now, the witness states, Ryan Kavanaugh. Now, Ryan Kavanaugh is not on the witness list, is which basically I've been asking, and which basically, as far as the transcripts and the videotapes, you have not presented, or, the attorneys, I just had a little hiccup because I'm down on battery, So they have not supplied me with the transcripts or the videotapes. It's supplied basically why they're stating that some of this documentation that they sent me is not agreeing to what they have already equivocated. Now they tried to, move the primary witness. Now, with my primary witness, what I just stated is Ryan Kavanaugh. That's not on the witness list.
Okay, so Mr. Cunningham, I'm gonna stop you, Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, ma'am.
If there is a motion,
Yes, ma'am.
excuse me?
I'm asking to supply this information or bid this case. Simple.
If you're gonna
They
make
have
a
not.
Cunningham, it needs to be
Yes,
in
ma'am.
writing. And the
It's
only,
already
mo-
right, ma'am.
The
Whether
only-
I don't mean to interrupt, but whether Lou Sedan have justified and read through the motions and documents that's submitted, that's not on me, ma'am. I'm asking at this point in time, you subtract or dab it this case, or we go from there, which basically right now is only a motion, which basically, it will be under the RICO Act. Simple fact is you and him have ties to, such as the housing association. I'm just making a statement here. Simple fact of the matter is housing association, Washington Association of a degree of basically to supply law or put knowledge of law to. It's kind of a little bit Greek, probably a little had some of the people, but at the end of the day, I'm just asking, he doesn't have the supply witness, basically Ryan Kavanaugh, on the document as a witness. If he doesn't have him on the witness, it's basically what they sent me to October 27th, 2020. Basically, I'm asking for this case to be dismissed, man. That's simple, cut, dry to what it is. Anything else there? I'm listening and understanding. I'm writing notes.
all right, Mr. Danner, would you like to respond?
Yes, Your Honor. In response to the motion for subpoena that is before this court, Your Honor, I'm asking that this court deny defendant's motion as he has failed to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. He has not stated a relief that this court is able to provide at this time, nor has he provided a legal basis for the court to provide said relief that he is requesting either in the motion or the request for dismissal in this oral motion being made today. Neither motion has provided any case law that would be dispositive of any issues in regards to dismissal of the matter in its entirety by this court, or provides the court any justification or legal basis for said actions based on that request. Moreover, in regards to the actual issues of any subpoena or any request for documents of that sort, or any request for testimony, some of those requests are at this point untimely, as there is no trial that has been set in this matter. And moreover, this is not the proper methodology for effectuating a subpoena, nor for asking the court in regards to sign or send out any subpoenas. So therefore, because he has failed to state any claims or any grounds upon which this court can grant relief, we're asking that they be summarily denied. in this case.
Can I rebuke that, madam?
Sorry, what'd you just say, Mr. Cunningham?
Can I rebuke that? First of all,
Mr.
first of
Cunningham,
all,
I'm going to stop you.
yes, ma'am.
I've read the motion. In fact, I've read it a couple of times and
Okay.
listened to what you have said here today. And I agree with Mr. Banner that there is no support for what you're requesting, and and both motions are denied. The motion, the oral motion to
okay.
dismiss that
Well,
you've
ma'am,
made today,
How
and
you
the
gonna
motion
deny?
for a subpoena ducis tecum. They're both denied.
Excuse me. How you gonna deny a fact that basically is not solidified? They don't have the Ryan Kavanaugh on the basically what they sent to me is Ryan Kavanaugh, but now they don't have Ryan Kavanaugh on their witness list. Now, why don't have Ryan Kavanaugh on my witness list is one thing. Now, two, here it is. I'm not supposed to be on U of M property is quote unquote his quote unquote investigator who basically investigate quote unquote, excuse me, shit. Simple fact of the matter is I'm not supposed to be on U of M property. Now, if I'm not supposed to be on U of M property, that means here it is. They have to get some type of subpoena or something to bring me in to solidify that basically I know what's going on at that point in time. Now, here it is. I'm in U of M.
Mr. Cunningham, I'm going to mute you now so that I can speak,
Here it
sir.
is. They run my territory.
All right. Mr. Cunningham, you have a pretrial scheduled next Tuesday at 1:30, and that's on this same Zoom. We'll see you then, sir. We can call the next case.
Number 4 on the docket, People versus Kevin Bailey, 22-263 FH.
Counsel,
Rick Philbert, appearing on behalf of the people, Your Honor. Your Honor, I was actually in a preliminary examination until not long ago with